Hello and welcome everyone to Vancouver by Night, Orphans of the Dawn. I am Petra Skelton, your storyteller for the evening, and with me today I have a cavalcade of wonderful players, starting with Aubrey.
Hello, I'm Aubrey, and I use she, her pronouns, and I play Morgan, our local final girl slasher, the Sombra, who also uses she, her pronouns.
Danny.
Hi, it's me, Danny. My pronouns are she, they. I'm playing Ayotunde, pronouns they, them, our local disaster Malkavian that wants to be the comic relief so badly. And they're trying really hard.
Wants to, I like that. Jesse.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jesse, he, him pronouns, and I am playing Khalees, the Thin Blood. Also, maybe a battery? I'm just throwing that out there. He, him pronouns as well.
Who's to say?
Me. I'm saying it.
You're saying it? Fine. And Laura?
Hi, hello, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. My pronouns are she, they, and I will be playing Electo of Clan Bruja, whose pronouns are also she, they.
Fantastic. Julian?
Hey there, my name is Julian, and today I will be playing Sunny, who is our newly resident Ravnos, who totally doesn't go by other names whatsoever, just Sunny. Forget whatever Khalees said last session. Don't worry about it.
Definitely worry about it. Definitely go back and watch episode 1 if you haven't yet got the chance. I can't really remember if I said my pronouns, but she, they should be on the screen. Thank you for that beautiful segue, Julian. That was incredible.
Did I say my pronouns? He, him for both, by the way.
Hell yeah. I should go through our sponsors first. I always forget this, and I have a piece of paper in front of me, so I'm going to read from it. Thank you to our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria of Artoria Designs, who creates beautiful dice boxes. Please visit him on Instagram. The link is in the chat. Illuminagents is an award-winning comedy series that weaves real conspiracy theories into its sci-fi short-form episodes. Shot in Toronto, this indie production will leave you laughing and questioning reality at the same time. Watch season 1, which includes the musical finale episode, for free on Sika.tv. Orc.style is an adults-only fantasy fetish fashion brand for all of you orc-loving monster huggers out there. Orc.style shirts, underwear, and accessories are sure to drop your intelligence and increase your confidence by 10 points. Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of tabletop RPG veterans ready to work for you. From development to actual play production, they've contributed to various Storyteller Vaults titles and sponsor channels like us to keep the world of darkness a haven for those with stories to tell. Visit their link in the chat to explore their world. They can help you create yours. Then Demiplane, with whom a lot of us are using currently to peruse our books, create our characters, or otherwise just immerse ourselves in the wonderful world of darkness. Demiplane is a great tool and a great resource. Also, Vancouver by Night with Steve, who is you can't see, but we all know is here, with which this wouldn't be happening. So thank you very much, Steve. We love and appreciate you. Thank you very much. With that said, let's get into it. So, where we last left off, where all of you are in Gehenna, the lives that you've decided to call your own in the ashes and fragments of the world. Some of you have already found each other. Others are still seeking. But before we go to anyone else, we need to conclude or continue a meeting between two that seem to have some histories. So we resume where we left off with Sunny and Khalees.
So, if I recall last time, something was said along the lines of,
I wanted to embrace you.
that's the one. That's where we were at. Okay. I do not have the capacity right now to even think about that right now. So we're gonna.
That's fine. We don't have to. It's been a long time. Like I said, I'm glad you've made it this far.
Why? How did you survive?
He kind of smiles slightly, and he kind of shrugs and he goes, "How do any of us survive?"
I know why I survived.
You survived because you have probably a purpose. And he kind of goes over to you, Khalees. And he doesn't get too close, in fear. Though I think you already poked him in the chest, if I remember. I'm trying to remember where they are in the space as we kind of come back in.
Currently in a lab.
Yeah, well, I know we're in a lab. Where in the lab? He'll kind of gesture, and he's like, "You, based on the equipment, based on who embraced you." He kind of shakes his head to try to shake it off. Duskborn, yes?
Generation are you?
What generation am I?
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters, considering generation is the sort of piecemeal. We've all become cannibals amongst ourselves. He doesn't seem like he's going to tell you unless you interject.
There is. I've been trying to figure out why things haven't been working out quite so well. And it's not generation, it's not murdering some sort of elder vampire, it's none of those things. For some reason, we're all still here.
About the end of times. What?
It was supposed to be the end of the vampire times and the start of something new. That's what it was supposed.
Did he not tell you anything?
Who?
The minister that claimed you.
The minister that claimed me never claimed me. Somebody else did. Which I guess you could have done, but you didn't.
His eyes kind of squint. He's like, I thought the Banu Hakim was supposed to claim you.
All right. Nothing about my embrace was something that was supposed to happen.
It was
which I assume is much like your own.
We're not talking about the past. Right. I forgot. He leans back. If I was to tell you that the reason why I survived is as a means to the end, which is to reach the end, would you believe me?
As in, this isn't the end, but just another part of the journey to the end?
What do you know about Nod? If anything.
What do I know about Nod? Considering that I was indoctrinated into a different cult with different belief sets. So
Yeah, that's a really good question, considering that your cult had very singular focuses, specifically
That kind of
connecting.
explains a lot about Khalees, actually.
Yeah, well, it also explains why you feel like why you would feel quite as cheated. Like when you were sold Gehenna as being a cleansing thing, and it is far from that. It's scouring, but it didn't cleanse anything. What does that do to you?
Is Nod better?
So Nod wasn't a part of your cult's teachings. It was the Book of Nod, as far as your cult was concerned, was a book. It wasn't a teaching. It wasn't anything other than a book. And so it's very likely that your character might have seen it or heard of the teachings of the Book of Nod, but it is not. Nodist philosophy was not Nod the focus of your cult. You're muted.
Okay, what does Nod say?
That's the problem. It's just like the Bible. There's things put in it from several different sources. No one knows what is truth if it actually is, unless he leans in, his eyes, golden, glowing, unless you get it from the source. What if I told you I have a source of what to do?
What, like a first person source, like the person who wrote the book?
No. One of the people that probably don't agree with the book as much, but might agree with a part of it.
And they're here.
Possibly. It's why I am here, why my people are here. We're looking for someone. We're looking for. He's like, he looks around briefly, kind of like scanning to see if anyone else is here, any open ears. Ayotunde, if you might want to sneak.
I will actually no, I'm not going to get anybody to roll for that. Danny or Ayotunde is not currently at the hospital. I will say that they haven't. But as you are looking around, there is someone that's standing in the doorway. They very much wish they weren't, but they are standing in the doorway currently. Um, they look human. And as your eyes reach them, they kind of like stop. They're in a oddly like well-maintained lab coat. Uh, sorry. I'm interrupting something. I came here to pick something up.
Yes, what is it?
Um, you have you have some equipment in here I just need to borrow. We're doing some blood recirculation for something we're working on right now, and I need to borrow that.
You know what? Actually, use the lab. Use the lab. Just don't touch that crock pot.
Noted?
Thank you.
Sunny will also note the crock pot.
Can
That's
I?
where his actual alchemy is done.
Okay. I
Uh,
was told to not ask any questions, so I'll thank you.
Thank you. Mikhail?
He kind of leans down and he goes, "Call me Sunny, please. Only you can have that power over me."
Come along then, Sonny.
He nods.
It's at this point that we will cut away from you two, and we are going to go to Alecto and Morgan, who are currently walking in a SkyTrain tunnel. It is under the city, leading to the hospital. This is one of the byways that is, it is, the word cyclopean best describes it. It is massive. It's the sort of thing that if you were in the vehicle that was supposed to travel down this subway route, it would feel the right size, but standing there, standing in this massive tunnel of concrete where you see no natural stone, no formations that weren't poured there, you might feel a little small. The two of you are walking alone.
I don't think Morgan is the kind for small talk unless Electo is.
Definitely not.
Other than actual, like, oh, we need to make a turn here, we need to go over this debris, things like that. I don't think there's a lot that's said between us.
Okay.
I'm here to do a job. That's it.
I'm also
not
here to do a
make
job.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in which case, the journey goes off without much talking. Right up until you reach one of the stations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the climb up here was a little bit steep because it actually ramps up into above ground, but as you enter this area, and it is still night, this entire area has been, though the top of it was once glass, metal, like a metal frame and then glass over top, it has been covered in garbage bags. The whole thing is tented, has lights set up, and someone is bent over what looks like an engine. They've got hair in the way that a sewer rat has fur. It is matted down and slick but dry at the same time. You can't see their features yet, but you are convinced that they will be as covered in grease as their clothing. And you just hear
Look at Morgan.
We'll pull back my jacket a little bit. You can see the knife I have and just being like,
Storyteller, I'm assuming before we left we would have had time to grab provisions.
oh, definitely. 100%.
Cool. Then I'm gonna unstrap the machete from my back.
Are you two advancing? Are you going to say anything?
Are they familiar at all?
From their appearance, they might be a ferryman. You're not sure. They might be a person, particularly filthified person, but a person nonetheless. But it's difficult to tell.
I think we're more of just being cautious at this point as we approach.
Mm-hmm.
If either of you would like to make a roll to look into them a little bit more, you are more than welcome.
Sure, what would that roll be?
Yes.
So you have a number of different options because I know you have powers by which to perceive them through non-direct means. Morgan, you do, right? Or am I misremembering?
I have heightened senses.
That might actually serve you here.
Okay, anything else I have is related to murder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
fair.
throw things real far.
Yeah.
And hit things real hard. That's about it.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be, I'd say, wits and awareness then for both of you. Doesn't get more fancy than that.
Yep. We're at Hunger One, right?
Yes, a day-night cycle has not happened
Mhm.
yet. It will be soon, maybe.
Cool.
That's 4 successes.
Okay, excellent.
3 successes.
Okay, so 3 successes. Aubrey, Morgan can tell this is in fact a vampire.
Mhm.
You are having difficulty parsing what clan they are because every time it feels like you kind of like take a sidestep, like get a better look at them, they like it's almost like they're anticipating it and moving more out of the way. Electo. Now, moving out of the way of 2 people that are trying to get a look on them, a little harder. So as you do so, you notice that there doesn't, so you know when a person's face is shadowed, where you can't really make out their features, you get a good look at this person, their features slip off of your mind. Just, and it's like you saw a face, but you, if asked, you couldn't even, you could guess how many eyes they had, but like that's about it. Like the general features, sure, but in doing so, they see you. And they say, hi, you're you're on my path.
You're on my path.
That's good. And they kind of squint, or you think so? They lean closer to look at you, Electo, and go, I've seen you fight, right? Right. Yeah. Right.
Probably.
Ah, nice. Okay. Do either of you have a coin for me? Make this whole thing a little easier.
I will roll my eyes and produce the necessary coin.
Great. Love it. Love it when we don't have to talk business. We just get down to it. Yeah, just throw it here. You don't need to. You look like the sort of person that could probably split me in half about 9 different ways before I even knew it was happening. Just throw the coin at me. Shit, not too hard. Jeez. Okay. Ah. That was underhanded. How did that hurt? Ah.
You're
Fine.
fine.
Ah. Where are you headed? The path splits past here, unless you want to walk on the surface, in which case, hey, that's a good time right there.
We're headed to a hospital, correct?
Yeah, VGH.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So I'll say that we're headed to this specific hospital.
Okay. So okay, so I can give you the path to take, and I can show you what to look. I can tell you what to look for. You wouldn't happen to have batteries, or like a carburetor, or anything like that? No.
I'm gonna look down, literally just in like fatigues, holding a machete.
Right.
And
Just
it's
out of my back fucking pocket, dude.
and it's never good for me to carry things like that around.
I mean, you don't get anywhere not asking, so I ask every now and then. Okay, so, and they look at you again, and for a second, their features are visible. You get the sense of 2 eyes looking at you. No, I don't like that. Yeah, down there. Oh, it's gonna feel like you need to go to the right, go to the left. Oh, if you see any crayon, do me a favor, clean that shit off. I'm tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore. So you do it. Clean off the crayon. Or don't and get fucking lost. I don't give a shit. But like it'd be a real help. It's all right.
What
Nope.
don't you
Names.
what don't you like?
What do you mean? What don't I mean a lot of things. I don't like I don't like the beach. I don't like wood cabins. I don't. Oh, you're in particular for the crayon.
Now, half a second ago, you gave us a look and said, don't like that. What do you mean?
Oh, you've both eaten a lot of people. Like, or you look like the sort of people that would have done that a lot. I mean, I know you kill people. I know that's what you do. Not people, but you know, for this one.
Had my fair share.
Yeah, I know. I know a sire killer when I see one. Anyways, rout's yours. No more personal judgments. Sorry. I've been told I'm grading. Would you believe that?
No. And I'll start walking.
Hey, have a good one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna not say anything else and follow right behind.
Okay. I'm going to give you a choice here. Would
Uh-huh.
you like to roll me? Either of you can choose to, whether or not you feel your character, whether or not. Maybe hypervigilance is a thing for you. Would you like to, and you can only do one or two of these, like one or the other of these. Look out for the crayon, or listen behind you. And I'm not being a dick and being like, oh, you're getting attacked, haha. But there's something specific that you can listen for. So what would you each like to do?
I think I would listen behind me because I'm specifically looking for a ferryman. Uh, and I'm pretty sure I would know what his abilities are and his abilities to probably disguise himself from me, and he knows I'm looking for him. So, it would be in his best interest to pretend like nothing was going on if I were near. So I'm going to specifically be looking. I'll be listening, and if Electa wants to look for Crayon, Electa can.
Okay, so you can either listen behind you for something, or you can be keeping a steady eye for that crayon. One or the other. Morgan, Aubrey has opted that Morgan is listening. Would you like to look for the crayon, or would you also like to listen? Or would you like to do something completely different?
I'm not. I don't have a ferryman that I'm hunting for. I'm just on this path at Columbia's behest. So I'll keep an eye out for Crayon, sure.
Okay. Both of you, so that is going to be wits and awareness for me. Let me know what you get. I will say that Morgan, you're going to get one automatic success.
Cool. So that was I just rolled 5 successes with a messy.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Before we figure out what that looks
Which I think that would make it 6.
Yeah. Electo, what did you get? If you both got messies, I'm gonna be really happy.
No messy. That's just 2 successes. To be fair, I don't super fucking care about the Crayon.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
I don't care.
So 2 successes is enough that you would have noticed small drawings. You don't see any rhyme or reason to them. They look like child's drawings. I'm assuming you don't even bother to try and wipe them off. You just go, okay, yep, that's crayon.
Oh, look, there's Crayon. He wasn't fucking with us. Okay.
Okay. Aubrey.
Hmm.
So I was previously going to describe that because you'd mentioned, yeah, you know what the ferryman you're after is like. And in this moment, when you are under the earth, that smell, that acrid smell of smoke that hangs around him, the smell that reeks of tar, it's everywhere. But in this instant where you come back to yourself, you're standing at the crossroads. Half to the right, half to the left. The scent, the sound of ash falling on concrete is going to the right. It went past you somehow, but it's going to the right. You supposedly have to go to the left, but it is going to the right.
I think it's incredibly fitting for it to be a messy success and to follow the beast in that moment and go right.
Okay, cool. Electo, what are you doing? Your friend decides to go the opposite route you're supposed to.
What the fuck? I could just leave her down here. I could just leave her down here to wander. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what Columbia wants me to do. But it'll be easier with the fucking La Sombra. God damn it. I'm gonna follow.
Okie dokie. So we will pull away from you two for a moment as you go right. As the ferryman accurately said, it would feel like you wanted to go right, but you should go left, and now you're going right. We're going to go from you to Ayutthande, who you were headed out of the sewers, were you not?
I was.
Fantastic. Is the goal get up out of the basin that you were in and then just head on the surface? Or
No, I know the sewers much better.
okay. Um
Oh no.
so as you are you say you know the sewers better. Let's see if that's true. Do you have you can either use intelligence or wits for this, it's up to you.
Hmm.
But I would like you to use streetwise for this.
Oh my goodness, it comes in handy. um, okay, I will do wits streetwise.
Okay, that'll give you a different answer, but it's a valid roll nonetheless.
Okay, hold on. I can't count. Okay. I can't count. Hold on.
It's all good. It's all good. I also put a reference document with visuals in the Discord if it would be useful. But no worries. As the queen of having systems slip off of her brain pan like so much of runny egg, I completely understand.
I had a
Thank
runny egg
you.
today. It was good.
Now that's a good segue. Hey, Ao, what'd you get?
It's so I hated that segue actually. I didn't like that. So I got. Hold on. What? What happens? What happens if you roll a 1 on the hunky one? On the Why is no one answering?
I was answering. I was just being quiet about it.
Okay. So I got.
Bestial.
So
Yeah.
So that's that. Um. But
Is it? But how many successes otherwise?
1, 2.
Yeah, because if you have successes, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 3 successes.
Okay. Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. If it was just that, would have been bad.
Oh, okay.
We would have picked up. Well, it wouldn't have been bad. It would have been fun. And it would have been more accurate to the runny egg metaphor. But we're good. So, in this case, Ao's experience on the streets of Vancouver have been exceedingly useful in the post Gehenna world, because a lot of the ferryman's cant is just adapted from a lot of the cant and symbolism and signs that were previously utilized by unhoused individuals. So you are able to piece this together. As a result of that, you are able to head in what you figure is the general direction of the hospital. It's not like there's a sign that says hospital this way, but you know that the hospital is in fact downtown, and you know you're headed downtown. Now, back as you wander through here, as you are headed downtown, Ao has a little gift. You know, you have that ability where you can see those friends of yours. The further to downtown you wander, the more empty the sewers are. Of life is kind of an obvious thing. Like every now and then you could run into another person, but a little side effect of Gehenna and the early days when people realized that feeding on humans was no longer reliable, some people decided that it was preferable, instead of doing diablerie, to, let's say, reduce the rat population. As a result, there's far less vermin down here. But it's not simply the lack of vermin, it's the lack of water. It's the thinning of the air. It's the thinning of something that isn't air, but feels like the stuff between it. I am going to ask you to roll wits, and if you have a cult, do you have a cult?
I do.
Yes, you do. If you can roll wits and occult for me, I will tell you what what Ao notices.
Okay. Wits and occult?
Yes, indeed. Or intelligence. It's up to you.
Wits is fine. Are they the same? Yes, but I don't take AO for it.
Are you reacting, or are you really thinking about it?
Reacting.
Yeah, wits. Makes sense.
All the time.
All the time?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
why was that? Okay. 3 successes and 3. Hold on. 3 successes.
Okay.
But it's a 1 on the blood die again. It's gonna get me.
You're okay. In this instance, you are okay.
For now.
And how as you said, Ao is reactive. How does Ao react to take this in? Does Ao stop? Do you...
I think the light skip that A was doing, the sort of perk that was in her step, feeling a drive, getting to once again deliberate information to see people, at least, sorry, to see consider they, see people they consider close at least. Um, that slows a little bit, because the feeling of things getting almost thinning away, it's something that is very disturbing to them. Um, so they don't fully stop, but I think their pace slows and they're looking around more as if trying to see if there are still things around to make sure that the important things are still there.
It's a very good choice of words. The important things. As Ao takes in everything, look at the walls around you. There is an instance. Certain words in spoken languages feel like what they represent. For example, bleed, certain curse words. The word scream is something that is difficult to ascribe to a physical motion that isn't an actual scream. But in this moment where you look at the pipe around you, the metal screams. And I am going to ask you to roll your hunger.
Oh, oh, wow. For the audience at home, for sure. How do we do that again?
So your current hunger is 1, correct?
Yes.
Can you roll 1 die for me?
Oh, okay.
Just 1 die.
Fail.
Okay. Scream moves past you. Your eyes shudder. And then you're standing in the hospital.
Huh?
It's at this point, police. Sonny, you two were leaving your lab, correct? You leave the lab to turn around into a hallway, and you see Ao standing there, shaking.
Did not know that you were going to be visiting.
Friend of yours?
Yes, this is Ayatunde.
Greetings.
uh, Greetings.
Io,
Are
this is
you...
my... go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask if they are the moon or the sun.
I am of the ground.
Ah, Sumisi then. But
No.
there should not be. He goes over. The guy leans over and squints. Can I try to suss out what clan Iotunde is?
Yes. How would you like to figure that out?
Does Io have any indicators of like something that they might be wearing or
So I don't think it'll be too hard to to tell. 'Cause I should describe a little bit the figure that does appear in front of Sunny. Is a a shorter figure with pink short-cut mullet hair. They're wearing a torn jacket that is torn up and goes sort of past their thighs almost, and it's torn at the sleeves. They have like a little necklace sort of around their neck. It looks like one of those like sensory toys that you bite. Um, and they also have they're wearing a turtleneck and these baggy pants. However, the clothes aren't the thing that will indicate really much to you about Aotunde besides the fact that they may be just like ripped clothes. The thing that is interesting is their level of opacity. Um, that you can see through them. It's very muddy and it's very like it's not like a fully transparent, but you if you stare long enough, you can swear you can see the floor and the wall behind them, anything that is behind them. Their skin is translucent. If you touch them, they can be touched, but
Mm.
there's almost this almost distance they have to just their being there. And especially as they're a little shaken in this moment, you can see they have this little almost after image to them. There's like as they move their hands and as they're sort of moving their head, it's almost like there's a frame behind their movement as they're looking around. Um
So wait, hold on.
That's
Is Iotunde being rendered in smear frames?
a little bit,
A good way of putting it.
that's
yeah.
I would say that's very very intriguing to Sunny as he kind of does like a full loop around Iotunde and he goes, "Well, that's very fascinating. Killis, is your friend to be trusted with very sensitive information, or should I perhaps see you another time?"
Iotunde is just sensitive, not afraid of sensitive information.
Mhm.
He kind of steps in front of you. Sunny, who is a very tall but very thin man, he's past 6 foot. Like we're going like 6'7". We're talking string bean. Tattered clothing. He looks like he has burns all over his clothing, for one reason or another. Most of his hair is blonde, like this wheat blonde, but there's like this shock of black hair, that kind of like sprouts from like the bottom base of his left portion of his skull. His eyes, the black pupils are blown out, but the rims are kind of like this golden hazel. And he kind of leans forward. He goes, "Are you good with keeping sensitive information?" And he holds his chest, where you
Uh
will see a multitude of baubles and glimmering shiny things for you to look at, including one particular red vial around hanging from his neck.
hmm. Um I think at this point now, it's been a couple, maybe like a minute. Aotunde has like not fallen, but like they're settling a little bit. Not settled, but their mind has wrapped around the fact that there are people around, and that they are being actively talked to. So their attitude sort of shifts a little bit, as that suddenly processes. And they sort of shake their head and go, and they like clutch their like clothes very, very tightly, and they lean in close. And they say, it is one of the things I'm best at.
Now, Sunny, who has since leaned himself down to Iotunde's level, and he smiles, and you see fangs on the top and the bottom. and he grins, and you're not entirely sure if you're looking at a predator, like a predator of predators, if you will. It's not uncommon anymore, obviously, because the Diablerists are, a dime a dozen, but maybe the hairs on the back of your neck stick up a little bit. But he grins and he goes, "Excellent. Great. I always love Malkavians." And he leans back and he goes back to Khalees and he goes, "We can continue the conversation if you prefer." He kind of blinks very almost like innocently at Khalees, as if nothing's wrong.
Ayo does as well.
But please, if you need to address why for the chance meeting, by all means.
We were just heading out, Ayatunde. Would you like to go out with us, or are you coming to stay in the hospital?
Oh, no. Is Morgan supposed to be here?
Morgan?
Mm.
Why are you both coming here without announcing yourselves? Isn't that what... Never mind.
And it's at that point where we'll get one flash of Morgan and Electo walking down the Cyclopean tunnel that they weren't supposed to. And we're going to go to break. And we will be back in 10, 15 minutes. So grab a snack, come on back, and we will pick up where we left off. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you in just a little bit. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Vancouver by Night, Orphans of the Dawn. Before we get back into it, something I always like to do before we resume the scene at hand is to remind everyone that this is a horror game. As a result of that, some of the themes that we explore, some of the topics we play with, and some of the action that occurs might be horrific. It might not... You might find that you might react poorly to that. If at any point you feel like that is happening, I advise and suggest you please pause it. You can always come back if you want. There will be a VOD, but please prioritize your personal health over our fun vampire show. The last thing we would ever want is for this to adversely affect either anyone at this table or any of our viewers. So, with that said, let's get back into it. You, Jesse, police had simply just mentioned about Morgan. You asked why they would be coming to the hospital.
Yeah, without letting me know.
Yeah, it is odd.
I don't think it's odd, actually. I think
Then-
it's very, very, very specific. Like we were fated to be here all over again.
I mean, that's an interesting theory.
Again?
Did I say that out loud?
I guess you did.
It happens. It's okay.
I'm not talking. I'm talking to myself. It's just I'm very used to not having anybody around me when I talk to myself. Lately,
Well, if you want company, you have it.
I can come uninvited more.
No, that's not me telling you that you can come uninvited. No, that's not how that works.
Oh,
And you,
It's a long story, I know.
that
Danny,
it is. That's
mm-hmm.
where did Ao put the crayon?
Oh, I put it in one of the safer pockets I have that's on the inside of my jacket.
Oh, on the inside of your jacket. Does the jacket, what pockets does the jacket have?
So um this it has like the normal sort of like jacket pockets. It's a very long jacket, so it has ones that are sort of like near the waist, but it also has some pockets like on the inner part where it like they're sort of like almost velcroed to the inside. They sort of keep just little small trinkets hidden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Jesse and Julian, can you both roll wits and awareness for me to notice something about Ao?
Uh-oh.
Gladly.
You can also roll Danny if you'd like to.
Oh.
It is going to be harder for you.
Um to notice something about myself?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Hey, another
Wits and
messy.
awareness. Oh,
4, 5, 6, 6. Don't feel too bad. Wits is my highest attribute.
I got a 5.
3.
Okay. So what happens is Ao, yeah, you feel kind of off. You're not sure why. Both Khalees and Sunny, you see something, a pop of color that doesn't belong along Ao's ear. And if you look, there's a crayon sitting behind their ear. Like, you know how people keep pens? Yeah, like that.
To Sunny, does the crayon look familiar?
Yes, you've seen these crayons before.
He looks delighted. And he's like, oh, you've made friends with them. Wonderful. We can talk about it when we're all cured. But later.
Okay.
Khalees, you took us out of the lab, but are we going to talk in the hallway where it's open air and there's probably some sort of security device listening to us, or should we go somewhere a bit more secure?
Can we go where Morgan is?
If Morgan is coming here and then we're going out, then we're going to meet at my Tesla.
Tesla?
Yes, my Tesla.
He kind of scratches his chin a little bit.
I like tilts their head.
You have the ability to. I gotta like. He like wiggles his fingers a little bit as if to like indicate like some sort of flow of a current.
I can drive a Tesla, yes.
Oh, okay, that's what we're calling it now. Driving Teslas. Okay, we go to Tesla.
All of you start heading outside, and it's at this point that we will go to Morgan and Electo. This part of the tunnel, it felt dark. But now we are standing as you come back to yourself a little bit more, Morgan, it's actually decently lit. Someone has hung what looks like Christmas lights. And at the end of the tunnel, where there should be the entrance to a new station, there is junk, garbage, everything that could have been piled into the shape of a wall is there. But then, inlaid into the wall, is a bright orange wooden door with a brass handle.
It's not something you see every day.
Electo, you also see this. You've seen it for longer, as you've been yourself for longer right now.
No. It's not something you see. Why are we down this way?
Tracking someone. I caught his scent for a second. And I think the beast took over.
Can you put a leash on it?
For now, I'm good.
Good. We have business to do.
Yeah. This is
There is a ladder inlaid into the wall that leads up, or you could backtrack.
can point towards the ladder and then like maybe we can at least get our bearings and figure out where we are.
Sure. I'll stow the machete back across my back and make my way up the ladder.
Okay. You climb, and you were told once again, that this would take you away from where you're supposed to go, et cetera, et cetera. As you climb out, there was, when light is occluded, but you're getting the corona of it down through an entrance. So there was light, but you initially thought that the thing that was blocking it, not light as in like daylight, why would you go out there? But like the lights of the city that some still work. You thought it was the lid to the sewer that was blocking it. But as you reach where you are, you press up and that's the undercarriage of a vehicle. You hear footsteps outside. And Ao, Sunny, Khalees, what would you be talking about in this moment?
So I think Marty was already supposed to be here, but then I actually don't know why I was here. Suddenly I was somewhere else, and then I was here, which I guess is okay because now that we're here, and I've met you, Sunny. Hi, Sunny. But I think it's just it's all very interesting. And usually I'm not the one who thinks about all this stuff. You both are being very quiet, so I'm talking. But I'm trying to figure out where we have to go because I think if Morgan was supposed to be here, what if Morgan also appears there, like how I appeared there, and therefore we're walking away from Morgan, and we need to be going to Morgan because I have a very important.
Ayo.
It's
Stop,
okay.
stop.
It's okay. There's a reason for this. We're all meant to find her. And it's the next step, and she'll decide what happens to us.
All right, so this is the nod thing, right?
Part of it, yes. We'll decide whether or not we, as kindred, will decide we stay or we go. If we persevere, we become human, we perish.
You hear
She'll
this,
decide that.
right?
both Morgan and
Uh-huh.
Electo are hearing all of this.
Yeah. From essentially like on the ladder, I want to essentially put fingers in my mouth and whistle loudly.
Yep, I'm not gonna get you to roll for that.
Yep.
I just hear it loud.
From under your car.
Where I hear that whistle, I'm going, Sunny stands up straight, and I can hear where the sound's coming from directly, correct?
Below the car.
Below the car, he snaps his fingers. I'm gonna do a rouse check real quick. I'm gonna do, oh, I can't do a rouse check with that dice because I can't get it because there's a cat in my lap. Dice is gone forever.
It's gone
Rip.
forever.
I'm gonna do a quick pop of Chimerastery.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
I fail, I get hungrier.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Okay, so
Just like, yeah, somebody gets hungrier.
Aubrey, I need you to roll for me. Blah, 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 blah. This is for Chimeracy. I need you to roll for me a composure plus wits. And it's going to be versus my manipulation plus obfuscate.
And this is counted as like a mental effect, right?
Does this count as a mental effect? Yes,
I have
it's a
tempered
distracting
will.
illusion. What's up?
I have tempered will.
Okay, yeah, then that'll probably help.
And that what was the roll?
Hold on.
Composure
It's gonna be your
plus
composure versus plus wits. All right, buddy, you need to go.
Okay.
You made me lose 2 dice. Two. And then plus my obfuscate, which is another
4
3.
successes.
4 successes, cool.
Is chemistry area or
No, Fata
forget.
Morgana is area.
oh, so it's
Chimerastery is like
chem-
smaller, like directed stuff.
Yeah. All right, so it's 1, 2. I'm gonna spend a willpower to reroll some dice. All right. Oh, there is another one. So I now have 4 success. How many did you get?
4.
All right. So how do we honor ties in at the table?
So there was a question for me, yes?
Yes.
Yes, ST. How do we do ties
Yeah,
at
we
the table?
used 4 roll 4 to attack and defend or whatever for Chimerastery. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I was just wondering if we go to the attacker or the defender.
Yeah, I would. I'll go to attacker in this case because I don't. Your intent is not to harm Morgan, correct? Yeah.
No,
we'll
basically
go to
what
you
he does
then.
is that he snaps his fingers, and what happens is that at the mouth of the manhole under the car, a bright, vicious, it's almost like sunlight, bursts
Oh yes.
at that opening. And yeah, and that'll be the very scary distraction. So basically all that means is that you're just gonna lose 2 die on your next action, and you just actually no, you lose the action because you failed, but you can still react at like a -2 if you want to do anything drastic.
The funniest thing to me is that this wouldn't just affect Morgan. This is also going to affect Electo because Electo went up first.
Right. You're right. I just figured because it was like, I'm just imagining like the ladder, so I didn't think Electo would be so close.
No, yeah, Electo's right at the top.
Yeah, I'm right behind.
Okay.
And that was.
I apologize for what might happen to your car.
Composure plus wits. Yeah, you're gonna break the car. It's okay. It's a Tesla. It's like breaking a tin can.
I am really happy. This is going to be Electo's introduction to the greater party. This is
Oh,
fucking
dear.
hilarious.
Electa's like, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
That's 2 successes. I can't beat that. I physically cannot beat that with
Okay.
my dice pool.
Cool. So same as described, but to you.
Same as described. It's the same thing, you guys. It's like, the sun suddenly there. It's super scary.
And if it is the sun, do we have to roll?
It's an
Well, I thought
illusion.
Chimera Street couldn't make us see anything.
Chimera
could
Street,
only
it's a
use
distracting
sound and-
hallucination.
I thought that was Fata Morgana.
So Fata Morgana is an elaborate hallucination that can incorporate multiple senses.
Okay, I
Chimera Street is only sight.
could just sworn that Chimera Street was not sight. That it could only be like sound or touch or something like that.
Well, I can pull up.
As somebody who plays a Ravnos on the regular, that's what I used Chimera Street for. Is I've been told that it can't be visual hallucinations.
Let's see. So I have the player's guide.
Yeah, I have it.
Here.
I'm opening it too.
The
Chimera
vampire
Street
can create a brief but vivid hallucination, distracting and drawing attention.
Okay,
of
it
those
can be
affected.
visual, auditory, tactile. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's only one, whereas opposed to Fata Morgana is many.
Yeah.
So
But if it is,
of sunlight.
if it isn't a burst of sunlight, do we have to roll frenzy?
that would be an ST thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think it'd be funnier if you did. So Electo, roll frenzy.
Do I have to roll frenzy too?
Yeah, I'd say because you're. Oh yeah, it's gonna affect you. It
Because
doesn't.
I tied with the 4.
You're still affected by it. I'm not going to get you to roll frenzy.
Okay.
Oh, Storyteller, I haven't had to roll frenzy on Demiplane yet.
Okay.
What do we use in this case? Because on roll 20, there's an actual frenzy button.
That is a very good question. I haven't tested that either. Damn it.
I
Usually
believe
it'd be like
the
a-
dice pool for the frenzy check is
Willpower plus half of
Half-
or a third humanity.
a third of your
Third.
humanity.
Yeah.
Frenzy.
Basically, however much willpower you have plus your humanity divided by 3.
Yeah, rounded down.
So for most of us, it'll probably be between 1 or 2.
Yeah.
What?
It's a good roll. It's fine. Everything's good.
I'm gonna check actually. I don't know.
Assuming I'm doing this correctly, that is 3 successes on the frenzy check.
Okay. 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 Yep. Got the internet working. Nothing went wrong. Nothing changed. We all look the exact same that we did previously. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't. I'm not going to try and do that to our chat. Hi. We had a momentary technical issue, so we've picked back up on a different day. We will be continuing from where we left off. So, for those that were just watching, but for all of us who have not played for a week, Electo and Morgan just got slammed in the face with the light of the sun. And, well, it's Electo's chance to react at this point. So, we're going to throw it to Electo.
Okay. So there are voices past this manhole cover, yes?
Yep.
Can I see what's directly above me, like past the sunlight?
Well, the sunlight is a brief thing, correct, Julian? Or does it remain? And you are muted.
Julian, you're muted.
Sorry about that. I believe it is a brief thing, but let me double check. I know that based off the roll, did she? I forget our rolls. Um,
As far as I'm
with
aware,
I think we both are. I tied, but we gave it to the attacker.
Yeah.
okay, okay. So then, if that's the case, then did a brief nature. Yeah, due to its brief nature. So yeah, it's only brief.
okay. So then, yes, Electo, you can see the underside of the Tesla, which, fun fact about that, the underside of Teslas doesn't look like a lot of cars. It looks a little weirder, but still,
Okay.
it's a car. It's very obviously a car.
Okay. What would I be able to put two and two together enough to realize that someone's trying to pull some woo-woo shit?
Yeah, I think you've seen enough woo-woo shit in the arena that you can put
Cool.
two and two together.
Cool. I'm gonna throw the car.
Fantastic. How would you like to do that?
There's just a fucking roar of like fear and anger before there's like I put the pieces together and I feel the rage just rip through me. So I'll dig my hand into the ledge of the fucking concrete, push my other hand up, grab whatever I can, and just push.
Okie dokie. Can you do a roll for me, please?
I
Just
sure
to-
can.
'Cause
Do you melee when you throw a car?
I mean,
Or
this.
is it strength and athletics?
Technically, it's strength and athletics.
Yeah.
I will say this: it is technically strength and athletics. Your prowess, your ability to show feats of strength is
Right.
through strength plus athletics.
That's legit. That's legit. I'm gonna, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's throw prowess in there.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck it. We ball.
Exactly.
That's a success, so I do not get hungrier.
Fantastic.
And that's an extra what? 2 dice?
Yeah. This is continuing an ongoing tradition on both VBN and my games, which is that companies or products that are owned by Elon Musk get fucked up. I'm very happy about that.
Oh goodness, thank goodness, because I thought the Tesla was gonna be like not even come into play, but now it's like the star of this half. Like you are going to agonizingly get butchered this whole session. It's just gonna be one big joke.
So how many successes is that?
Hold, please. That's gonna be 5 successes.
Okay, so you reached into the concrete, so you firmed yourself up there. And sorry, is it a pushing motion or is it a lifting motion?
Let's call it like you know those canisters that they use in movies to flip a car like
Yep.
for a crash scene? It's one
Bull
of those.
bars. Okay, yeah. So in which
Like
case,
someone put hydraulics under the fucking Tesla.
so in this case, what happens is Khalees, Sunny, Ao, you're standing beside this vehicle. There are voices underneath it. There's a flash, and then suddenly the car is flipping ass over tea kettle to the other side of the road. Just slams, and one moment, lands back on its wheels. I had to roll for that. But now you see a open manhole cover and a very pissed off vampire looking up at you.
Okay, can we see Morgan?
I'm behind Electo.
Okay.
So yes,
I think too far. I think we just see Electo.
I mean, maybe if I guess if they're standing looking down, like right
yeah,
above.
no, I think I'm going to be more upset about the Tesla right now. Just briefly more upset about the Tesla. But it's only brief. It's like Khalees follows it to the ground and then at that point turns to Mikhail.
Sonny, you can't
Sorry.
speak to them.
Sonny, he's not going to say it out loud.
Sure.
He's just going to say, it's all going to plan. Right?
We need to go. And he grabs Khalees, and looks towards Ayutunde and motions. Is there like other buildings or whatnot? Because
So to
when
describe,
Sonny had it. Oh, go for it.
so where you are kind of just on a side street outside of VGH. Here, the roads are narrow, mostly because of the demands of the actual building structure itself. They fucked city planning in Vancouver. City planning in Vancouver is a bit of a joke. As a result of that, these side roads have very little room. It's very lucky the Tesla didn't collide with a building that was adjacent and instead just ended up on the other side. But where you are is mostly there's building opposing you, VGH behind you. There's clear like a side like another adjacent street or intersecting street if you continue forward and or to your right, and if to your left you see that there are the beginning of gardens, like public gardens that obviously are not in the actually they're in better shape than they've ever been in.
Has Electo climbed out yet?
That's
Or
an
is it still
excellent
in the
question.
process?
I haven't just climbed out. I'm gonna pull my other hand and like grip the concrete and fucking catapult myself out of the goddamn manhole.
I was also going to soaring leap right behind you.
Oh, this isn't soaring leap. This is just
Oh,
I'm fucking strong.
that's fair. I was just going to use soaring leap.
Okay.
So
This is Electo leap.
the two of you like common rider villains just landing.
Yeah.
I would like it to be known that Ayotani hasn't moved.
Julian, what were you
Yes.
intending with Sunny?
He was when he had first heard the sound, he had hoped that the light would give him enough chance for them to escape. That is not the case because they have common righted their way on either side. They're now trapped. But now Morgan's here. So now Khalees can see Morgan. So Sunny does not know who Morgan is, obviously. But as Sunny kind of sees them and as they kind of come in, Sunny will kind of straighten up and he'll say, I do not know who you are, who sent you, but you are about to make a very, very bad choice.
No, I think you made a bad choice.
Hi, Morgan.
Huh.
You
Hi, Tunde.
Hi, not Morgan, but also with Morgan, maybe.
Know
Maybe
them.
not Morgan.
he
I
leans over to
know two of them. Don't know that one. Point at Sunny.
He's fine. He's fine, Morgan. Khalees is going to put a hand on Sunny's hand. He's just fine. Trust me.
Is she part of your coterie?
Coterie?
I just presume that
He gestures to Ayutande. That you have a coterie now. It's almost imperative to survive these days. Nights. Days for you.
Yes, they are my coterie.
All of them?
Yeah, Lecto, are you a member of the coterie?
Fucking here, I guess so.
Yes.
Oh, good. Then we both made bad choices. And he just kind of straightens back up. I apologize for the delight. Words are spoken, and sometimes they're not meant to be spoken so openly.
No worries.
Yeah, just wanted you to realize that we were underneath the car, so maybe you could move it.
No, I
Think-
mean, you moved it very well. Look,
I think
it's
that's been
still
taken care
upright.
of.
Impressive.
Still in one piece.
Great job.
You can call me Electo.
Electo. Morgan usually
I want
doesn't.
Sonny to incite that so bad.
Morgan usually doesn't tell Ayutande or myself when you are all showing up.
It's not like I can use a phone.
Electo that tells me, right? Right?
I haven't had access to a phone in some time, so
The completely normal reaction here.
They're overrated, to be honest. I miss pigeons.
So, yeah, I
Are
wasn't
y'all-
expecting everyone to be here.
Are y'all good? Are we not a problem?
I
I
don't
think
know. Am
we're
I gonna get flashbanged again?
I look at Sunny.
There's no intention as long as everyone is in agreement that information that is spoken within our vicinity is not going to escape.
I
So maybe
mean,
not.
maybe we don't have the conversation on the street.
We are rather out in the open.
Well, typically, our kind doesn't come to the surface.
I mean, some people got some really damn good ears.
Storyteller's
but-
going to do a roll.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Like, why would you say that?
Yes, but oh no.
So I'd show you,
Mhm.
but that was a 1. And I was on the fence about it because a bunch has happened over this first night so far. And as I said before, the day-night cycle is temperamental. And it's at this point when it is noted that it's, maybe not a conversation to have out on the street, that the clouds you assumed were overhead feel porous. If you spare a glance up, when one is a vampire, for as long as several of you have been, you can feel that changeover from night to day. You've grown used to it. It's at this point where that small flash of primal fear activates in you as you can see the first rays of sunrise.
We have to go now.
Yeah, we have to go. We're anywhere. Kili Sayotunde, do you have anywhere nearby?
Here,
Yes, the hospital. We just walked there.
You hear a squeal, and it looks like Ayrton is about to run to the sewer thing y'all just came out of.
Not the sewers. It's cleaner in the hospital.
Lead the way.
Would it be faster to get into the Tesla and go, or would it be faster to just run and go for you guys?
One of you can carry him.
Either of you take them and go. I'm fine.
How far is it?
It's not too far. There's an emergency exit that's basically been propped up with a cement brick just kind of around the corner. So easy. You can run for it. You can run for there. You can do what Ao is trying to do and leap into the sewer. By the way, Ao, do you actually like go so far as to like start climbing, like trying to climb? Or yes? Cool. Can you roll wits and awareness for me then?
Oh no, but y'all, they're panicking.
No, perfectly
Oh,
rational.
I don't
We're
know
not at the
what
point where
was.
we're gonna make anybody roll for frenzy, but like it's dangerous.
Wits and awareness. Oh wow, all successes, 6 successes.
Okay. Yep. Cool. All successes, even on. Yeah. Fantastic. So in this moment where Ao begins to climb in, you hear music rising out of the sewer at you. It washes over you like a less like wind, which is normally ascribed to music, and more like an awesome wave from the ocean. But as it pushes past you, it feels as though it ripples your skin. It feels as though soft hands are holding you in that moment, urging you down into the sewer. To everyone else, Ao gets to the point of climbing down the sewer, perks their head up, and then just starts clambering down on all fours, upside down on the ladder. Just full exorcist, just.
Do they normally do that?
No, that one's new. That part's
that
new.
one's new. But you know, children of the moon and all.
We should probably, one of you please get them.
Yeah, I'll go get them. I know them. I'll meet you in the hospital.
Come with us to the hospital.
Yeah, I'll go get Tunde.
I'm gesturing at Electo. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Should
sorry.
have said that.
Fine.
See you at sunset. See you at sunset.
Yeah. See you then.
And Sonny, you're remaining here, or are you following Morgan and Ao? Where are you going?
He's gonna go with Khalees, but he stays there a moment because the sun does something different to him when it turns to day.
So he's not worried about the sun. He's
Okay.
very blasé about it, in fact.
Yeah, we will come back to you then, because as police and Electo retreat into the hospital, and Aubrey, does Morgan jump down after, or do you climb down?
I jumped down.
Okay. Not going to make you roll for that. That's easy. As you jump down, you arrive just in time to see Ao standing in front of the door, their hand wrapped around the handle of this bright orange wood door set into junk and trash. Ao, you come back to yourself in this moment holding this door handle. The brass, oddly warm to the touch.
Hey,
Uh-oh. Hi!
we should leave the sewers. This is not the best spot to be, and it's almost daylight. We can hide out with everyone else in the hospital.
Morgan. And Ao like almost not on all fours this time, but will sort of scutter over to you, Morgan, and almost like takes both of their hands, sort of puts it on your arms, and they like lean in close. It was wrong.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
It wasn't supposed to be that way. I'm better at this. Why is there so much happening?
Yeah, really, that wasn't the best way to say hello, but you know.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
No, I meant with the car and all of that, you know,
Oh,
yeah, probably could have
I
handled
thought.
it
I mean,
better.
I thought it was cool. You brought a new person. That was a nice part. I have a message for you. I have that was the mess. Well, that was part of the message.
Oh,
I I'm not looking at my notes. So why would I do that? I just memorized off the top of my head. Sorry,
so,
1 second.
and Morgan will like look at you. How tall is Ao? Is Ao Tunde tall?
No.
Okay, we're both just two short people in the sewers.
Two short people in the sewers.
Two short people in the sewers coming next year on Fox.
On Fox. Two short people in sewers. What will they do?
Mhm. So I was wondering if Morgan is like, if you were like roughly the same eye level, or Morgan is looking up at you.
Oh, I think Morgan would be looking down a little bit. um, um, there was there was a ghost that had a message for you, and they wanted me to tell you that it wasn't done, and that it was wrong.
Cryptic.
That's usually how it is. Um, and and then there was also a kid. Oh, maybe that wasn't for you. I'm gonna tell you anyway. They said that maybe you weren't supposed to be there, or maybe we weren't supposed to be there, or they wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe that was me, but maybe I'm the they. Somebody wasn't supposed to be there, and I don't know, but that was the message, and I've delivered it now.
Okay. I'll puzzle over what the fuck it could mean, but come on, let's go join the others.
And I know notably sticks like they don't let go of one of your arms. They stick very close to you because they look like they're a little rattled a little bit.
If I like grab them by the back of their jacket, can I use Soaring Leap to get us both out of here?
Rule of cool compels me to say yes. It is a sewer exit though, so it's pretty tight. Rule of comedy demands that I make you roll because otherwise one could just like hit the top.
That's fair.
It's fine. For expediency's sake, we'll say that you somehow
I
get
throw
out of
them
there.
out and then I follow.
Fastball special. Okay, cool. So you both get out. That conversation took a little time. And when the sun is rising, time passing, and you not wanting to be in the sun means that you might be in the sun. So you're on the surface. Those first rays are beginning to cling to the tops of the VGH that looms above. You have mere moments before they blanket the alley as you lead to the doorway or where your friends went, you're assuming, which eventually has a door. You get one passing glimpse of Sunny, not Julian the player, in the hallway as the first beams of sun hit the alleyway and graze past them. Julian, would you like to describe what they see?
Sure. It is a wave of mundane imagery. It is almost as if what makes Sunny glimmery and ethereal with all of his presence, it almost seems like it just evaporates and he himself just looks like a normal guy. It's almost as if whatever made him supernatural is gone. And he, in fact, from your glance, he just looks like a mortal. As he's just standing there looking at the sun as it comes through.
Okay. As they pass into the hospital, Sunny standing there in that alley side street, the sun blanketing you. What does Sunny do before joining their erstwhile companions? Friends feels too unfitting right now. So what does Sunny do?
It's very similar to how he addressed the Red Star. It's almost as if he's addressing a companion or a friend. It's not the same friend, it's a different friend. And he almost looks excited and he kind of like leans over in a way to kind of get like a better like glance at it, at the sun, I mean, and he goes, thank you. Thank you so much for sending me so many. I promise I'll try my best to take care of them and I'll guide them and hopefully, hopefully it'll all be over soon. And he will go back inside properly.
All right. As you enter the hospital, and I assume the rest, police, do you have a place where you rest? Do you have a place for others to rest? What's your plan here? Because you're suddenly hosting all of these fools, so I sure hope you got an Airbnb situation going on here.
Hold on. I'm going to look at my stats real quick because I anticipated that my haven was important. I anticipated that was going to be important. Okay, I have a 2-dot haven, whatever that looks like in these hospital conditions,
Mhm.
right? I have a 2-dot haven with a 3-dot laboratory.
Yes.
So that's what I have.
Okay, so do you want me to describe what this looks like? Or would you like to
Yes,
describe it?
please, because I cannot imagine. I was not imagining that this. Like, I put it down just in case, but at the same time, I was like, I can't imagine what that looks like because I don't know about Vancouver. But I know that you do because you were describing some beautiful scenery before. So please describe to me what I see.
Okay, so 2 dots what it tells me in this situation is VGH has been scavenged over. In the here and now, it has been torn apart. However, police has spent enough time moving furniture and other objects into the sections that you call yours that it doesn't seem as barren as other rooms. Other rooms have vast rents in the wall. They have mold and mildew. They've got all of these problems that isn't as present in your section, partially due to the fact that the phlebotomy lab is still functioning. It means that you basically have, I'd say, about 2 or 3 rooms that are adjacent. If not directly, then on the opposing side of the hallway. All of the doors have locks on the inside. One is basically the on-call room for doctors. If anybody has ever watched a doctory show, it actually has beds. The others do not. One is simply empty, and the other is filled with discarded blood bags. In coolers, but they're kind of around the room. So do you share this with your friends?
Yes.
Okay.
I have it pretty good here in this situation, regardless of like everything else. I feel like I have it pretty good. So I think that this is as close to a home as I can get to in this kind of space. That this is my comfort area.
Okay.
And Khalees is going to say, take a bed and I will cover what I can.
Who takes which room? Sorry, on Normie.
Whatever area I take, I want to be able to make a fast exit if I need to.
Yeah, Morgan would take whatever area she could to like put her back to a wall, like back in a corner.
Ayo will go.
Guys, I only have 4 corners, so like please be wary of the corners.
Ayo will go under a bed. Any bed, just underneath it though.
Okay. So I think that means that the other 2 rooms that don't have beds in them are taken up by Morgan and then Electo because they don't want to share that space, so they're both back to a wall in their own room. And that leaves the beds and under a bed for everyone else. Does anyone try to remain active during the day other than Sunny, or are the rest of you gonna actually try and get some rest?
I have.
I'm not going to rest. So I will keep the hunger that I have.
Okay.
God, I'm just like, I think Morgan is the kind that is paranoid enough to at least attempt to stay awake.
Paranoia is warranted and understandable, but when you are confident in your abilities to defend yourself, well.
Fair enough. Okay, so for those of you that are resting, you will find yourself recharged when we come back to you. But those that are conking out, and this actually raises the question, if Morgan is not gonna conk out, what is Morgan doing? Are you being active, or are you literally sitting in your room back to a wall watching the other walls?
So I pull out my knife, and earlier I think I picked up it's barely more than like just a small chunk of wood, and I'm whittling away at it, not trying to make a weapon or anything, just trying to do something to keep my hands moving, to keep my brain working,
Okay.
so I don't fall asleep.
As you do that, and as we are closing out on this session. Oh,
I just want to say, I wanted to have AO do one thing before they
yep.
go to bed.
Go ahead.
Because AO was going to sleep. But right as they sort of crawl under, they're gonna I want them to have to peek their head out, and if Khalees is around, they're gonna like wave over Khalees. Um,
Yes, I am.
oh,
I cannot hear.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, sorry.
There it is.
Hello. Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
I'm here. I'm ready.
uh, you will do things.
What do you mean I'm going to do things?
I mean, just things. Are you going to do things or not do things right now, or for the next, while other people are not doing things?
I have daytime things that I need to do.
Make sure I don't disappear.
Darling, you're not going to disappear.
Can you make sure though?
Yes. How often?
I'm not good at specifics. I think you're better at that.
All right. Even if you don't remember, I will be there every hour on the hour.
Okay. Bye. Crawl back in.
So, for those of you that sleep, something will be waiting for you when you wake up. For those of you that stay awake, Sunny, at one point you are wandering the halls. Something catches your eye just on top of a vending machine. It's a crayon. It's orange.
Is orange a good color?
Morgan,
Yes.
While you're whittling, at one point you drop your knife. You reach for the knife, not even looking, just because you just pick your knife back up. Your hand finds something else instead of your knife. You lift it up. Look at a crayon held in your hands. What color is it?
I think it's a light green,
Light green. Hold it in your
very
hands.
spring color.
Spring?
Very spring color.
Okay. The rest of you will answer the question of where you find the crayon. Oh, wait, we have one more person. I forgot. Khalees. Khalees.
Oh, wait, was I supposed to write that down?
Write what down?
What color I liked?
Oh, is that what these are?
Okay, I'm ready. Give it to me.
As Khalees is working, I'm assuming you're doing your blood research? Or is this work for others? What is this?
No, I'm probably, me as Khalees is probably like focusing more on the people rather than the work. Because like while the work is important, Khalees thinks that his connection to mortality is what is getting him through this now. So he's kind of committing to the bit a little bit.
No, that makes sense. As you work, Khalees keeps an orderly work environment, yes? Relatively?
I mean, this is a medical facility, so yes.
Yeah, okay. So as you're moving about your lab, at a certain point, you are running on fumes. You're kind of a little distracted and you knock something over. It clatters to the ground, and your immediate thought is, it's going to break. There's going to be that sound. Instead, all you hear is the sound of cardboard hitting the ground as Julian, as Khalees looks down. You don't see a crayon. You see a box of 64 different colored crayons lying empty. If you pick it up, there's only the barest nub of one, sitting half shadowed. You can't quite make out the color. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh.
I hope everybody had fun. But we are going to end tonight's Chronicle here, or tonight's session here. This isn't the last episode of the Chronicle.
Surprise!
Surprise! Crayons! I swear there's more to this. But before we fully wrap up, I'd like to give everybody a chance to kind of go through who they are once more, where you can find them, what they're working on, and I'd like to say we're gonna work in reverse order. I can't remember what order we did last time, so we're just gonna go in an order I've dictated now. So, Danny.
How dare you? Hi, I'm Danny's Corner, and today I was playing Ayotunde, our local problem. I hope you all enjoyed. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Danny's Corner or at Animated Pizza on Twitter, where I do art stuff and other roleplay stuff and other stuff. I usually talk about the stuff I do on Twitter, and if I'm not talking about it there, you probably won't see me talk about it anywhere else because I'm inconsistent. Next person, next, back to you in the studio. All right.
The person whose name I've said the most this session just by accident because I'm a jerk, Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian, the random NPC cleaning the floors in the hospital, otherwise known as Sunny. Wow, I almost called my name Sunday. Apparently I don't even know my character's name.
Hi. You can see me on the internet at triangle_art_JW on Twitter and Instagram. If you want cool nerd merchandise, and the likes of enamel pins and prints and whatnot, and t-shirts and button downs and whatnot, go to Jacqueline Hare Art at Etsy. And if you want commissions and whatnot, we all like commissions of our D&D characters or our BTM characters. You can go to vgen.co/triangle art, and you can totally check me out there because I'm poor. That's it.
That's vibes right there. We're gonna go to Jesse.
Shit, I just had an aha moment. But I will save it for later. Hello, my name is Jesse. I play Khalees, who's having a time. It's a good time. It's a fine time. Nobody worry about what Khalees may or may not have been doing at this moment to get this kind of location in an apocalyptic environment. Please don't worry about it. But you can find me. I'm the other half of Jacqueline Hare, so you can find me in all the places that you can find Jacqueline Hare. You'd be supporting me and my family, who's having a bit of a struggle. But I am going to say something fun. I am working on a video to actually post on YouTube, like a video essay. So I'm trying to do something new. So yeah, maybe that'll happen in the future, maybe not. Regardless,
Hell yeah.
that's what I'm doing. Back to the studio.
That's going to be the new name I'm going to give myself, the studio. Let's go to Aubrey.
Hello, I'm Aubrey. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Mad Queen Cosplay or the Mad Queen. Yeah, I played Morgan. You can also find me being the technical director over at Queen's Court Games. Got some fun things planned for this year. If you hear music on a thing, I probably had a hand in it at some point. And you can also check me out over on Goblets and Gays, depending on when this comes out. More likely than not, Mother May I Season 2 should still be running. It is our Alien TTRPG with this part is out there now. Hasn't been announced so far, but it has a split cast. It is 2 casts that switch off week to week. And then certain events from certain ones affect others, and it's real fun. And it is a time. There are aliens, and Wynn Ferris said that she was going to step it up and kill more people this season. She was serious. So yeah, go check that out. It is an amazing time, and I think one of my favorite things that we have put out over on Goblets and Gays.
Hell yeah. And last but certainly not least, Tutu.
Hi, friends. Hello. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me on the internet, usually as some iteration of Laura_Tutu. You might just have to throw an underscore at the beginning, at the end of that. I have been Electo, your gruff and prone to violence Bruja. Surprise, surprise. When I'm not here throwing Teslas around, I can be found over at Queen's Court Games as Calamity Madden in our multi-award winning Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, The All Night Society. Scored by the lovely Aubrey, of course. We have a lot of awesome things coming up, including, God, I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, a Vampire Chronicle that I am working on. Now I have to do it.
Yes.
Stay tuned. All sorts of wonderful things happening at the court. When I'm not at the court, being a vampire and giving Aaron and Envy headaches, you can find me hanging out with the fine folks at Obsidian Brews, the Black Tabletop Collective.
Hell yeah. Everybody's project sounds so incredible, and I'm so excited to see all this new stuff from all of you. You can find me other places too. Pre-apocalypse, pretty much everywhere. I will also be in a number of games with Exquisite Corpse Tabletop RPG, where we're doing a couple things that I'm not allowed to say anything under pain of death. Otherwise, I have a number of new fiction zines that are coming out this year. I just got a brand new publication, so that'll be coming out within the next couple of months, which is from Embodied Exegesis, which is a cyberpunk anthology where every story is written by a trans feminine author. I'm really fucking excited about that. That's going to be a really great time. And I will also have a brand new tabletop RPG system that I will be entering into public playtest in the upcoming months. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, this has been incredible. As always, everybody at this table is a true gift to work with. I am consistently surprised every time I ask, hey, are we all still available for this day? And everyone goes, yeah. I'm like, why are you excited? So I am excited to come back next episode. We'll get into these crayons and why they make sense. I promise. There's logic here. Otherwise, I'm dithering. So let's thank you very much. Thank you again to Steve. You are the wind beneath our wings. Good night.